Mom says wishes are fake, so why did a stranger freeze when I asked him for help? Mom always said wishes were straight up useless. But if that was true, why did the man in the toy aisle look like he'd just been punched in the chest when I asked him for help? The store was loud in that fake happy holiday way, bells chiming, kids whining, parents speed walking like they were on a mission. Outside, snow slapped against the windows like it was mad at somebody. Inside, bright lights, fake cheer, and shelves stacked with stuff most people couldn't afford without a credit card meltdown. Before we continue, please tell us, where in the world are you tuning in from? And if you believe that stories of kindness, everyday miracles, and ordinary people deserve to be shared even further. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any journey like this one. Right in the middle of the toy aisle stood a little girl, maybe 5, 2 small boots, oversized coat, mittens dangling from a string like they were hanging on for dear life. Her name was Lily. She wasn't crying, wasn't begging, wasn't touching anything. She was just staring right at a doll on the middle shelf. The doll wore pale blue scrubs instead of a princess dress. No sparkles, no crown, just calm eyes and a stitched name on its chest. Grace. Behind Lily stood her mom, Megan, exhaustion written all over her face like a bad tattoo she couldn't scrub off. Frayed jacket, dark circles, the look of someone who'd lost too many battles but still showed up anyway. "All right, kiddo," Megan said softly, placing a hand on Lily's shoulder. "Let's go, you know wishes don't work." Lily didn't move, didn't blink, didn't even sigh. "I didn't wish for the doll," she said quietly. That stopped Megan cold. The noise of the store felt like it dropped a notch. "I wished you wouldn't cry in the bathroom anymore," Lily added. "The walls are thin. I hear everything." Boom. That one sentence landed harder than any tantrum ever could. Megan's hand slid off Lily's shoulder. Her lips parted, but no words came out. She looked like she might fold right there between the action figures and remote control cars. That's when he heard it. A man a few feet away, tall, expensive coat, clearly not checking price tags, froze mid-step. He had a box of toy trucks in his hand, but he wasn't looking at them anymore. Ethan Cole, CEO-type energy, the kind of guy who usually moved through the world like nothing could touch him. Clean-cut, controlled, untouchable, except right now, yeah, not so much. Lily turned and saw him watching, not staring. Watching like he'd accidentally overheard something sacred. She walked up to him. No fear, no hesitation, just quiet courage. "My mom says wishes don't work," Lily said, looking straight up at him. "But you look like someone who fixes stuff." Ethan crouched down, caught off guard. "Is that so?" he asked. She nodded. Then came the question that cracked him wide open. "Can you help mine?" He glanced past her to Megan, standing under fluorescent lights, trying not to break apart in public. Something deep inside Ethan shifted. Something old, something buried. He looked back at Lily, swallowed hard, and asked the only thing that made sense. "What's your wish, kid?" Lily didn't answer. She didn't need to, she just looked at her mom. And somehow that said everything. Ethan Cole had built billion-dollar companies without blinking. But as he stood up in that toy aisle, one truth hit him like a freight train. Some wishes don't ask for toys, they ask for salvation. Ethan didn't answer right away. He stayed crouched there, eye level with Lily, while the holiday music droned on like background noise from another universe. Somewhere nearby, a kid lost his mind over a toy drone. A cart rattled past. Life kept moving, but for Ethan, time straight up stalled. Because the look on Lily's face, that wasn't a kid asking for a toy. That was a kid asking for a miracle. He stood slowly, like his knees suddenly weighed a ton. Megan finally found her voice. "I'm sorry," she said quickly, embarrassment and panic tangled together. She shouldn't bother strangers. "Lily, come here." "It's okay," Ethan said, a little too fast. Megan stopped mid-step, clearly unsure whether to trust him. And honestly, she had every reason not to. Men like him didn't usually stop. They didn't notice. They definitely didn't care. But Ethan wasn't looking at Megan like a problem. He was looking at her like a puzzle life had cracked and never bothered to fix. "I didn't mean to interfere," he added, softer now. "Just, kids say things that stick with you." Megan forced a tired half-smile. "Yeah, she's observant." That was one word for it. Lily reached down and grabbed her mom's hand, squeezing it tight like she was anchoring her to the ground. "It's okay, Mom," she said. "He doesn't look scary, he looks sad." Oof. That one hit Ethan square in the chest. He laughed quietly, the kind of laugh you make when you're exposed and you know it. "Guess I've been busted." Megan studied him more closely now. The expensive coat, sure, but also the eyes, the heaviness, the grief that hadn't packed its bags yet. "I'm Ethan," he said. "And you are?" "Megan," she replied. "And this is Lily." "Well," Ethan said, glancing back toward the shelf, "Lily, I don't know much about wishes, but I do know sometimes they need backup." He walked over, grabbed the doll in blue scrubs Grace and brought it back. Megan's alarm bells went off immediately. "No, we can't." Ethan held up a hand. "Not charity, just timing." He knelt again and handed the box to Lily. "Think of it as a placeholder," he said, "until the real wish kicks in." Lily took it carefully, like it might disappear if she moved too fast. Her eyes didn't light up the way kids' eyes usually do over toys. Instead, she looked relieved. "Thank you," she whispered. "I'll take good care of her." That was when Megan's composure cracked. Not fully, just a fracture. A tear she wiped away too quickly. Ethan stood. "I should go," he said. But he paused, then added, "You're doing better than you think." Megan didn't answer, she just nodded. That night, miles away in a sleek apartment overlooking the city, Ethan sat alone with a glass of untouched whiskey. The lights of downtown blinked like distant stars, but his mind was stuck in a toy aisle, in a little girl's voice, in a wish that wasn't about wanting more, but about surviving less pain. Across town, Megan tucked Lily into bed. The doll rested beside her, propped up like it belonged. "Mom," Lily murmured, half asleep. "Yeah, baby. Do you think that man can really help?" Megan swallowed hard, brushing hair from Lily's face. "I don't know," she said honestly. "But sometimes people surprise you." She turned off the light. Neither of them noticed the small white tag still attached to the doll's wrist. On it, barely visible, was the word Grace. And sometimes, grace shows up before you believe you deserve it. That night, Ethan made a decision he couldn't undo. Because when a child trusts you with a wish that deep, walking away isn't an option anymore. Ethan didn't sleep. He tried, lights off, phone face down, city humming below his window. But every time he closed his eyes, Lily's voice slid right back in. "Can you help mine? Not please, not can I have." Just quiet faith handed to a stranger like it wasn't fragile at all. He finally gave up around 3:17 a.m. The apartment felt too clean, too quiet, like grief had been vacuum sealed into the walls. Ethan poured out the whiskey he hadn't touched, rinsed the glass, and stared at his reflection in the sink. "You don't do impulse," he muttered to himself. "You do plans." So he made one. By sunrise, Ethan was at his desk, jacket still on, laptop open. This wasn't charity gala fluff or feel-good PR. This was fact-finding, ground truth. He remembered the name on Megan's worn jacket from the store, M. Rivera, and the old hospital logo stitched near the hem. That was enough. Public records, training programs, incomplete coursework, dropped enrollment, nursing track, 2 years in, gone. His jaw tightened. Across town, Megan was already awake, pulling on scrubs that weren't really scrubs, just a plain top that felt professional enough for her shift at the diner. Lily sat at the table coloring with Grace propped beside her, narrating the story like the doll was listening. And then you help people feel better, Lily said seriously, even when you're tired. Megan smiled, real for half a second before reality crept back in. All right, superhero, she said. Bus in 10. At the diner, Megan refilled coffee cups, dodged comments about smiling more, and ignored the ache in her feet. She didn't tell anyone about the doll, didn't tell anyone about Ethan, because Hope had burned her before. Meanwhile, Ethan was making calls, not favors, not shortcuts, openings, trials, second chances that didn't scream handout. By noon, he had one. A small medical clinic on the east side, understaffed, overworked, willing to take someone with partial training and real-life grit. By 2:00 p.m., the clinic's HR manager dialed Megan's number. She stared at her phone like it might bite her. Hello, she answered cautiously. Hi, is this Megan Rivera? This is Natalie from Eastbrook Family Medical. We were given your name and wanted to ask if you'd be open to a trial shift. Megan's breath caught. I didn't apply. That's okay, Natalie said warmly. Your background was recommended. We're looking for someone steady, compassionate. Megan sat down hard on a milk crate behind the diner. Yes, she whispered. Yes, I can come. That evening, Lily noticed it immediately. You're smiling, she said, kicking off her shoes. Megan froze. I am? Lily nodded, hugging Grace. Not the tired one. Megan blinked back tears. Across the city, Ethan stood by his window again. But this time, the lights didn't feel so far away. He hadn't fixed everything, hadn't saved anyone, but he'd nudged a door open. And sometimes that's how wishes start working. Megan thought the call was luck, but when whispers started at the clinic, she'd realized luck always comes with a price. Megan loved the clinic the second she walked in. Not because it was fancy, it wasn't. The paint was chipped, the chairs didn't match, and the coffee tasted like regret. But the air felt different, purposeful, real. On her first trial shift, she showed up 20 minutes early, hair pulled back, hands steady even though her stomach was doing backflips. She listened more than she spoke, learned fast, moved like someone who remembered how to care. By the end of the day, the head nurse leaned over and whispered, "You've done this before, haven't you?" Megan smiled, small but proud. A lifetime ago. The job wasn't glamorous. The pay wasn't great. But when she came home smelling like antiseptic instead of grease, Lily hugged her like she just won the lottery. You helped people, Lily said, beaming. Yeah, Megan replied. I really did. For the first time in years, Megan slept without crying. But peace never stays quiet for long. The whispers started in week 2. Nothing direct, just looks, pauses. Conversations that died when Megan walked into the break room. Then she heard it. She only got in because she knows someone. Probably pulled strings. Didn't she drop out of nursing school? The words crawled under her skin. Megan kept her head down, worked harder, took extra shifts, proved herself with every chart and every patient. Still, the tension grew. One afternoon, the clinic director called her in. Just routine, she said gently. We received some concerns, external pressure. We need to review hiring records. Megan's heart sank. Temporary leave. Investigation. Unpaid. She walked home in the snow, Lily skipping beside her, unaware. Megan's chest felt hollow, like hope had been a loan she couldn't afford. That night, she showed up at Ethan's door. He opened it, surprised and then worried. I didn't ask for help, Megan said, voice tight. I needed a fair shot. Ethan swallowed. I never meant to, it doesn't matter, she snapped. They think I cheated, that I'm weak. Her voice cracked. Ethan had no defense. From the hallway, Lily listened, clutching Grace. Later, Megan found a crayon note under Lily's pillow. Maybe wishes work if we don't push them away. Megan pressed it to her chest, terrified she'd broken something fragile. Megan thought standing up for herself meant walking away. But she didn't know Ethan was about to step back in, louder than ever. Ethan didn't chase Megan. That was the first thing he did differently. Old Ethan would have made calls, fixed optics, smoothed the mess before sunrise. But this time he stopped himself. Because Megan hadn't asked to be saved. She'd asked to be respected. So he stepped back. But stepping back didn't mean doing nothing. 3 days later, Carter Dynamics headquarters buzzed like a kicked beehive. Holiday Dacre wrapped the lobby, but the mood was all business. Ethan stood at the head of the conference table, fingers steepled, eyes sharp. "We're launching something new," he said, quietly. "No press." The room leaned in. "A workforce scholarship," he continued, "specifically for women who had to abandon medical or caregiving careers due to financial hardship." A few eyebrows lifted. "This won't be a donation. It'll be a path, training, placement, accountability. No favors, no shortcuts." Someone asked the obvious question. "Why now?" Ethan paused. "Because talent gets buried when survival takes over." That night, Megan got another call. This time, it wasn't a job offer. It was a letter, no return address. No logo, just a single sentence inside. You didn't need saving. You needed proof you belonged. Megan sat at the kitchen table long after Lily fell asleep, staring at the words. Something inside her loosened. Not healed, but less tight. A week later, the clinic's investigation concluded. No wrongdoing, no favoritism, no violations. The director called Megan back in. "We'd like to reinstate you," she said. "Full time." Megan exhaled like she'd been underwater. At home, Lily noticed first. "You're lighter," she said. Megan laughed through tears. "Yeah, I think I am." Across town, Ethan watched the first applications for the scholarship roll in. Names, stories, lives paused, not ended. He hadn't fixed one wish. He'd multiplied it. Megan thought the storm was over, but the night Ethan went public, everything changed. The night Ethan went public, the city felt electric. Carter Dynamics' annual holiday gathering wasn't usually a big deal. Just catered food, polite applause, and executives pretending to relax. But this year, something was different. There were community leaders in the crowd, clinic reps, families who looked like they didn't belong in a glass building with marble floors. Megan almost didn't go. She stood in front of her mirror, smoothing the sleeves of a borrowed dress, nerves buzzing. Lily sat on the bed, swinging her legs, Grace tucked under one arm. "Mom," Lily said, serious as ever. "If you're scared, it usually means you're about to do something brave." Megan blinked. "Who taught you that?" Lily shrugged. "Cartoons." They arrived late, slipping into the back. Ethan was already on stage. No teleprompter. No flashy slides. Just him under warm lights. "I used to think success meant control," he began. "Numbers, growth, efficiency." The room quieted. "Then I met a little girl who reminded me that the most important work happens when no one's watching." Megan froze. Her heart slammed as Ethan continued. "This year, we're launching the Second Shift Initiative, a scholarship and placement program for caregivers who were forced to choose survival over their dreams." A screen lit up behind him. Stories, faces, names. Megan's breath caught when she saw one photo, her own, from years ago. Student scrubs, hope in her eyes. Lily squeezed her hand. Ethan's voice softened. "Some people don't need favors. They need doors unlocked." Applause filled the room. Afterward, Ethan found them near the exit. No speeches, no explanations, just a quiet, "Thank you for coming." Megan met his eyes. "Thank you for listening." Outside, snow fell gently. Lily looked up at the sky, then at Grace. "I think my wish is still working," she whispered. Megan thought the hardest part was over, but the choice she'd face next could change everything. The offer came 2 days later. Not by email, not by text. A real envelope, thick paper, official seal. Megan stared at it like it might vanish if she blinked too hard. Inside was an acceptance letter to the Second Shift Initiative. Tuition covered, flexible scheduling, guaranteed clinical placement, and mentorship all the way through certification. It was everything she'd once dreamed of, and everything that terrified her. That night, after Lily fell asleep with Grace tucked under her chin, Megan sat alone at the kitchen table. The same table where bills used to pile up. The same chair where she'd cried silently so Lily wouldn't hear. Going back to school meant longer days, more juggling, less control. What if she failed again? Her phone buzzed. A text from Ethan. No pressure, no expectations. Just wanted you to know you already proved you belong. She closed her eyes. The next morning, Megan stood at the bus stop with Lily, watching exhaust fog the air. "Mom," Lily said, kicking the snow. "If you don't go, will you be sad later?" Megan knelt to her level. "Why do you ask?" Lily shrugged. "Because grown-ups get sad when they pretend they don't want things." That did it. Megan mailed the acceptance form that afternoon. Weeks passed. Life got louder, harder, fuller, classes at night, clinic shifts by day, flashcards taped to the fridge, coffee becoming a personality trait. Ethan didn't hover. He checked in occasionally, short messages, no pressure, respectful. One evening, exhausted, Megan laughed at something dumb he said. It surprised them both. Slowly, something new grew, not rescue, not debt, choice. Meanwhile, Lily thrived. She and Ethan's son, Noah, started spending afternoons together. Two quiet kids building imaginary hospitals out of couch cushions. "We're fixing invisible stuff," Lily explained. Winter deepened. Snow piled high. And for the first time, Megan didn't dread the future. She just didn't realize it was about to test her again. Just when Megan felt steady, one phone call threatened to take everything she'd rebuilt. The phone call came at 6:12 a.m. too early, too quiet. Megan knew something was wrong before she even answered. "Miss Rivera," a woman said, voice tight but professional. "This is Eastbrook Medical. We had an incident overnight. A patient coded. We need all available hands." Megan was out the door in minutes. The clinic was chaos, monitors beeping, voices overlapping, adrenaline thick in the air. A young man lay unconscious, his mother pacing, hands shaking. Megan moved without thinking. IV, pressure, calm voice. She didn't realize she was crying until later. The patient stabilized, but the aftermath was brutal. The clinic director pulled her aside. "You did well," she said quietly. "But administration noticed you stepped beyond your current certification." Megan's stomach dropped. "I was trying to help," she said. "I know," the director replied. "But protocol is protocol. Suspension. Pending review. Again." Megan walked home numb. That night, Lily watched her pack away her textbooks. "Did you do something bad?" Lily asked softly. Megan shook her head. "I did something right the wrong way." Lily hugged Grace tight. "Then that's not bad." Across town, Ethan got the call. This time, he didn't make it disappear. He showed up, not as a CEO, as a witness. He sat with the clinic board, listened, and said one thing: "Judge her by outcomes, not fear." It wasn't a guarantee, but it shifted the room. Still, the decision wouldn't come for days. Megan lay awake that night, doubt clawing back in. Had she pushed too far? Had wishing cost her everything? Megan thought she'd lose it all. But the smallest voice in the room was about to change the outcome. The review hearing was scheduled for Friday morning. Megan barely slept the night before. Her textbook sat untouched on the table. The acceptance letter to the second shift initiative peeked out from under a stack of mail, like it was watching her, waiting to see if she was worthy of the future it promised. Lily noticed everything. She always did. "Mom," she said while eating cereal, "are you going to the place where people decide stuff again?" Megan nodded, forcing a smile. "Yeah, just for a little bit." Lily climbed off her chair and disappeared into her room. When she came back, she was holding Grace and a folded piece of paper. "I think you should take this," Lily said seriously. Megan unfolded it. It was a drawing. A stick-figure woman in blue scrubs standing next to a hospital bed. A heart floated over both of them. At the top, in careful, wobbly letters, it read, "My mom helps people even when SHES scared." Megan pressed the paper to her chest. At the clinic, the board sat stiffly behind a long table. Policies, liability, risk. Megan answered every question honestly. No excuses, no blame. "I acted because there wasn't time," she said. "I'd do it again if it meant saving someone." Silence filled the room. Then a quiet voice spoke. Not a doctor, not an executive, a woman from patient advocacy holding a photo. "My son is alive," she said. "Because of her." That changed everything. The decision came an hour later. No suspension, additional training, commendation for action under pressure. Megan stepped outside, knees weak, breath shaking. Ethan stood by the door. He didn't say a word, he just nodded. At home that night, Megan pinned Lily's drawing on the fridge. "You know," Lily said, yawning, "I think wishes are just promises you keep trying to make real." Megan smiled. A real one. Megan thought the fight was finally over, but the biggest decision of her life was still waiting. Megan stood in the doorway of her apartment, coat on, keys in hand. The letter sat on the table behind her. Full nursing program acceptance. Start date, January. It was real. Signed, official. Everything she'd fought for was right there. And yet her chest felt tight. Lily sat on the floor, lining up crayons beside Grace like they were attending a tiny meeting. "You're thinking too loud," Lily said without looking up. Megan laughed softly. "Am I that obvious?" Lily nodded. Big thinking face. Megan knelt beside her. "If I go back to school full-time, things will change. Less time, hard days." Lily considered this seriously. "Hard isn't bad," she said. "Hard just means important." Megan's eyes burned. That evening she called Ethan, not for advice, for honesty. "I'm scared," she admitted. "What if I can't juggle it all?" Ethan was quiet for a moment. "Then I'm scared every day. I just stopped letting that decide for me." She smiled. The first day of classes came fast. Megan walked into the building wearing scrubs she'd earned, not borrowed. Lily waited outside with Grace tucked under her arm. "Go be amazing," Lily said. Megan turned back one last time and smiled. Not the tired one, the real one. Sometimes wishes don't change the world overnight, but they change the people brave enough to keep believing. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe and return to our channel for more life-changing, emotional, and heartwarming stories.